no, not again. Ryan Garcia has split from his trainer, Joe Goosen, after a few fights. Man, say it ain't so. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Star boxer Ryan Garcia and trainer Joe Goosen have parted ways after 3 fights, sources told ESPN. The last of which came versus Gervonta Davis. The pay-per-view event, Garcia's first, was a massive commercial success. He'll now campaign at 140 pounds, but no decision has been made on his next trainer. You good looking. I said, God dang, what a rush. Your boy Egostradamus strikes again. How I predict these things and give you my prophecies, I don't know. It just comes to me. I predicted that Ryan Garcia, upon losing via KO, body shot, would then somehow look for a new trainer, and now you see it. ESPN is reporting just that. Now, I made a video about this. Oscar De La Hoya is claiming that Gervonta Davis isn't the face of boxing, and the new face of pay-per-view is, in fact, Ryan Garcia, who was knocked out viciously. Tank responded. Again, I made a video about that. Check that on the channel. So this is not surprising to me, as I predicted this for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was knocked out. I'm sure having that type of fan base, it's going to be an embarrassment, you know, when you lose in that fashion. In addition, people believe that Ryan Garcia quit. So sometimes the fighters, when they're backed against the wall, I guess you could say, they're looking for an excuse on why it happened. They need a scapegoat. They need a patsy, if you will. And I guess this is Ryan Garcia's patsy. Needless to say, it doesn't change anything. Ryan, still has to envelop or deal with the loss. He still has the loss. Like, his box rec isn't going to change because you switch trainers. Now, I've been a model citizen in this boxing game and the king of consistency. And my thoughts, I give it to you fair and square. I don't personally like when fighters switch a bunch of trainers because I believe there's something deeper rooted there. And in my experience, that just hasn't been a good idea. Like, there's guys that are like Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward. They retired undefeated, unblemished, perfect records, great talent, Hall of Famers, and they didn't have to bounce around from trainer to trainer to do it, to achieve victory. And I know that's the highest gold standard, Andre Ward and guys like Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd kept Roger Mayweather and kept his father, Floyd Sr. Andre Ward kept Virgil Hunter, and through all the Andre Ward, after the Kovalev first fight, when he got dropped, and some people were saying and claiming that he lost the fight, he could have easily said, I can't deal with this feedback, and went elsewhere. He had the money to do it. He could have went elsewhere, but that's not what he was about. And he believes he beat Kovalev in the first fight, so there was no need for that. Which brings me to my next point with Ryan Garcia. Another bad look for old media and the rye-bred Ryan groupies is the fact that Ryan's team, put out this thing, was it your rib? Which is what I played at the beginning of this video. And the rye-bred Ryan Garcia groupies have just completely eaten that up and suggested that, Gervonta Davis, this spy, this mole, told him everything, and Ryan was compromised and all that. None of that stuff matters. He got knocked out. It is what it is, right? But beyond that, it shoots more holes in that argument about he only lost 2 body shot because he was weakened to the body with some kind of pre-existing injury. Because if that's the case, then why do you fire your trainer? Boom. See, I put stuff in perspective that you can't deny. I'm the best in the business. I'm going to say that again. If all these excuses that the Ryan Garcia fans came up with, like, Ryan, the only reason he lost is because the weight drain. The only reason he lost was rehydration clause. The only reason he lost is because he had a pre-existing injury to the body and his rib was already damaged, so that's why Tank knocked him out. If all that were true, then why would you need to get rid of your trainer? You should have expected to lose, or known at least it was a possibility if all these things were true. So Bernard Hopkins already took to an interview and stated that Ryan didn't lose because of the rehydration and weight stipulation. So it's so funny to see old media frantically scrambling and searching for an answer to explain away this loss like they always do. Lomachenko loses, who old media anointed to be better than Muhammad Ali and all this junk, and they're looking and searching. Pacquiao loses to Floyd Mayweather, and so on and so forth. Anytime you see these old media darlings lose, then they're always gonna come up with this masterful excuse and rationale. But at the end of the day, none of that mattered. And like I said before, if all these excuses were true, then why would you split from your trainer? He did a good job. The other thing is, I don't think this is an issue necessarily with a trainer. I think this personally is an issue with Ryan Garcia. It doesn't look like he listens. And I told you that in the previous video, another prediction that I got right, where Ryan Garcia, I don't know how coachable he is. I seen Coach Calvin Ford, who's Gervonta's trainer. He made a statement saying he would definitely, with open arms, train a guy like Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia has to be willing to listen. So the bad thing about a guy like Ryan Garcia is he got the carriage before the horse, meaning like he came up and got famous through like Instagram and building his following before he had amassed like the experience or before he had amassed big fights. Like usually it's the opposite. Guys have a huge fight or a big fight and then they become the man. Ryan Garcia got to this spot through current technology and TikTok and social media and things like that. So he had money. So that creates a different obstacles, in my opinion, because you didn't earn it the old-fashioned way. And I'm not just trying to be a traditionalist, but it is what it is. I believe that to be true. It's different when you come up in the way that Ryan Garcia came up. And I think Ryan having money and being a star and a bright budding star in the sport of boxing, I don't know how coachable he is. And I don't know if coaches, it takes the right coach, I'll say, to not be your friend, quote unquote, and to be your coach and somebody like disciplinary that Ryan will listen to. Because from what I've seen, Joe Goosen did an interview and he's a great trainer, but Joe Goosen did an interview and says you can't really coach Ryan, you got to partner with him. And I told you then and I told you now, I didn't really like that because your fighter has to respect you, bump all that other stuff. They got to respect you. And I've seen trainers slap their fighter, when they had a bad round or got knocked down and stuff, spray water and dump water on their face and yell at them, scream at them. You gotta be hardcore. And I felt like Joe Goosen was a little bit light on Ryan Garcia. Like even when he got knocked out, he was like, "Oh, was it the rib?" I mean, most guys would rather get hit to the head than the rib, and it's like basically kind of like babying him. And I think the same thing with Anthony Joshua. I think that's why Anthony Joshua should have got with Derek James a long time ago, because I don't think Derek James is going to baby Joshua in the same way. And I think that's good. And I think certain fighters need that. They need like more of a strict, stringent coaching system, and I think Ryan is one of those people. Either way, it'd be interesting to see where he signs or who he teams up with, I guess you could say. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Best in the business. I'm out.